Hey, what's up, geeks? I know it's been a minute, and I'm going to start being a lot more active on this channel. I've been busy with life. But in this video, I'm going to discuss the opportunities that are available in tech. A lot of things have happened since COVID has happened, and there's so many opportunities in tech right now, and the world is changing at such a fast pace. Now, before I get into the topic of this video, I wanted to mention, check out GeekMODE School of React Native. The link to the website is in the description of this video, geekmode.tech. And then also, if you're interested in learning React Native, there's a free course as well. When you click on the free course link, it's going to send you to a landing page where you can submit your email and your first name, your email. And then after that, you're going to get an email basically giving you the link to the free course. So just being clear, letting you know what the process is like and what's available. But anyways, let's get into the topic of this video, and I'm glad to be back. So right now, as a software engineer, as a React Native software engineer at least, you have the freedom to choose. I've been really cocky over the last 2 years. You know, I remember how life was before COVID. It was like, I'm in Utah right now, so Utah's tech scene is getting better over time, over the years. They have something called the Silicon Slopes, and I personally haven't worked in the Silicon Slopes area, but I do remember just feeling like stuck, like I couldn't really go anywhere else. I didn't have any opportunities. I wanted to move to like California because I was the Silicon Valley. I'm from California, or just to go anywhere else, but I just didn't know how to do it, get organized, and it was going to be more of a drag to just get all my stuff and move somewhere else. But now it seems like as a software engineer, everything's going to be remote. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience over the last 2 years. There was a company that I even, first I've gotten super cocky. So what does that mean? That means that basically because so many different companies were coming after me, they found me on my LinkedIn. It was like I had the freedom to choose. So if I didn't get the right vibe from one other company, or a company didn't give me the rate of pay that I wanted, or if for whatever reasons that you would choose one company over the other, because I had so much opportunity, I was in more of a position to negotiate. Where before COVID, it was like, okay, I only have 2 opportunities or 1 opportunity, and I had to hope that please hire me, please bring me on so I can pay my bills. But now it's like, if you get laid off or if you quit, it's like you have more money in some, and then also as a software engineer, you can pick up 2 jobs if you want. I've been in situations where I worked on part-time for a company on the weekends, and then some companies, if you're a good enough software engineer, you can do 2 at once, so that was something that really just like opened my eyes. Typically, for an engineer, usually you have your tickets, you have a certain amount of points per sprint, and if you did your tickets before the sprint was over, you're pretty much done with your work. There's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of flexibility to just like really live your life and do the things you want to do. I was also working for a company in the UK for briefly. It was a company called Babylon Health, and that was such a cool experience because I got to work with another foreign country. I want to say I got to work with another country, experience another culture. I was the only American for that country, and it was just so cool to work and experience like experience another culture while working. So that was really cool. And also because you're working as an engineer and you're doing contract work, you're also like accelerating the learning process. Before, you're at one company, you were stuck where you're at, and you only knew what you knew, and you only knew what the people around you knew. And I've been in situations where I was the only mobile guy, but because of COVID, I had the opportunity to work remotely as a contracting engineer. I was able to see different code bases and then get a better feel for how to architect a high-level application. Job protection. Well, it's not job protection per se. It's just that there's so many opportunities as a software engineer that, if you're homeless or you're struggling, it's really your fault, because everybody's looking for a developer. There's not a lot of mobile developers, not a lot of web developers, especially not mobile though, but there's not a lot of developers. So a lot of work is going overseas. But even with that, companies, they prefer to hire American developers. I get offered positions all the time, man. And then definitely because of COVID, and more companies are having to compete with other companies to hire good developers. So because of this, it's like your wage, you're getting paid 50% more than what you would have been getting paid, before COVID. So it's definitely changed up my lifestyle. I have the freedom to like pick up different hobbies. I have the freedom to save up. I can buy a property. You can even live in another country. That's what's so cool about working as a developer. You can go and say, hey, you know what? I want to work in Mexico. I want to work in Canada. Or if you're in a different state and you're in California, getting a California wage, and then you can move to a state like Tennessee and buy a house that's about 3,000 square feet, and for like half the price. So that's crazy. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. Eventually, the economy is going to level out. It's going to be a few years. It's going to be years before that happens. But right now, as a software engineer, man, this is like I'm living in the best time of software developers right now. Now, I've already spoke a little bit about the opportunities that are out there, but I want to go a little bit deeper, and I want to explain to you my experience with working as a salary developer compared to a contracting developer. Now, you already know this. I'm this lead software engineering, the lead mobile developer for PeerSpace right now. And I remember before that, man, just when you're a contract developer, people are coming after you all the times with work with new contracting work. But the experience as a contractor versus a salary developer is very different. There's a lot more flexibility as a contracting developer, but also people are a lot more brutal to contracting developers. So you really have to take your pick. I would say, depending on what your lifestyle is, it's gonna depend on which opportunity you choose to go with. But working as a contracting developer, man, I was able to work for Fortune 500 companies. Fortune 500 companies like a Walmart, Discover Card, General Motors. That's the only ones that come to my head right now. But I've worked with some major companies, and because I'm working with these major companies, they have about over 100 developers. So there's like a huge exchange of like information, or huge exchange of like what is it called? There's an intelligence exchange when you're working with developers of that caliber. So because I was working for these companies at that high of a level, I was able to improve my skills at a ridiculous level, but they also, because you're a contracting developer, you have to work, everything's just fast paced. They want tickets done as soon as possible, ASAP, and they're brutal about it. And they'll let you go for anything, anything that's not even work related. Somebody just doesn't like you, because they can always get another contractor. But as a contractor, you can easily get another job as well. So I would say, if you do choose that route as a contracting developer, I would save up about a few months of rent, because you should be able to save up some money as a contracting developer. So I would save up a few months of rent just for like emergencies. But there's so much opportunity out there for contracting developers. And if you do decide to do the salary route is not as high paced. It's more flexibility as far as like what you can do throughout your day. And but I want to say, the way they handle software, I want to say salary positions, is that you don't have more flexibility as far as like country to country, because they have all these like security. There's all these levels of security that you have to like. You really don't have the ability to cross. Like, I couldn't work in Canada if I wanted to work in Canada for some companies, because the VPN just wouldn't allow me to. It wouldn't give me access to the company's I want to say APIs that the app had to speak to. So that's one of the cons. But in contracting work, for the most part, you don't really have to deal with that. And also, I want to say, salary position is a little bit more secure. Usually people hire you for salary roles for the long term. They hire you not because of your skills, but because they like you. Contracting is the other way. They don't care about your health, anything. They just want you to get the work done. So it's really going to depend on what you want. But like I said, there's plenty of opportunities out there right now. So right now, there's definitely a high need for software developers. And hopefully this video, it lets you know like what type of opportunities that there are available, and why it's such a great time to become a software developer. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll always respond to comments. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll respond to it, and even make a video about it. But also, if you're interested in learning React Native, There's a link in the description to a free course, and as I stated, you click on that link and it's going to send you to a landing page where you submit your information before getting that free course. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.